Hi, YouTube. Before you ask, don't. We're playing Liberty's Kids today. It's a game I used to play a lot as a kid. All I remember about it is that you're a reporter, and every single time I found an article, I would write that article by hand on a notebook. You didn't have to do that to beat the game. You definitely did not have to do that, but I did that because I enjoyed it. So we're playing it today because my team, Center Stage, hit $50,000 raised for St. Jude. Everybody clap now. Thank you. Thank you. So I said that if we hit it today that I would dress up like George Washington and play Liberty's Kids. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, apparently it was a TV show. I never watched the TV show, I only ever played the games. Cause early 2000s me, I was on it with like Jumpstart first grade, Jumpstart second grade, Jumpstart third grade, Freddy Fish, Putt Putt, ooh. I wouldn't be surprised if I knew this whole game by heart. I wouldn't be surprised. We are still fundraising for St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I don't have any special rewards today, but the hospital rewards are still up. So with your donation, you could buy things such as a new toy for the hospital play areas for only $10, or mayhaps art supplies for $50. Or if thine feeling generous, $300 helps provide groceries to a family for 2 weeks. 2 weeks. Do I have gasping on here? I think I have gasp on here. 2 weeks. Or if you're feeling 1%y, $6,500 helps cover the cost of a CT scan for a St. Jude patient. Oh my God, can we get a $6,500 train? Oh my God, you guys. Let's just play the stupid game already. Okay, I gotta wind her up. I had to change my monitor into, what is it, 800 by 600 for this game. Oh. Ooh. Just so you know, it looks like that. Oh.
As reporters, you'll have to ask the right questions and get the facts and opinions that
Yankee
make the
Doodle.
most accurate and interesting story.
Okay, you're hitting me.
As a matter of fact, an exciting assignment has just come in. You'll find it over on the bulletin board.
Okay, I just got here. I need you to relax. I just got here. This is my first day. Can you show me like where to clock in or like? Okay, who are you?
If we need some help, we can always call on Ben's expertise. Moses told us all about Ben's principles of journalism.
Oh, I'm in the way. Oh, sorry. My hat's in the way. My bad. Sorry. Maybe I can move it like, okay, hold on. Let me try to make this so that my hat doesn't cover everything, because I am dedicating myself to the hat. This is my background, by the way. So what if I move me over here, right under you guys, and then I take the display and I move it this way. Now we're cooking with fire. Maybe just a little bit more. Just a little bit more. There's still a black border. Okay. I think that works. See, I do got something up here sometimes. See, that's better. Oh, well, now I'm in the way of the donation. Oh my God! Rachel! What the hell? I covered your donation. I'm so sorry. Rachel donated $300. I'm sorry. Hold on. Let me move it in front of me. Okay, I moved it up so it doesn't happen again. I'm so sorry. Rachel! I wish I could replay that alert. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. Thank you so much. This is for you, Rachel. I can't say it because I'm doing St. Jude. Ooh. Oh my God. Rachel, that was so sweet. Thank you so much. $300? I love food, and I want the families to also enjoy food and be happy and kick cancer's booty. That's what I'm saying. See, Rachel gets me like no one else does. Y'all just don't get me the way Rachel gets me. Rachel, that was so sweet. Thank you. Thank you so much. Yeah, everyone salute Rachel. How do you salute? It like kind of curves like that, right? I don't know the proper way to salute. I don't know. Okay, so I have my little notebook. It's a Kiki's Delivery Service notebook. I have my little notebook to take notes because I remember taking notes being part of it. Okay, so I don't know who you are. Who are you?
As reporters, you'll have to ask the right questions and get the facts and opinions that make the most accurate and interesting story. As a matter of fact, an exciting assignment has just come in.
Is no one going to tell me their name?
On the bulletin board.
No one's going to introduce themselves? What happened to hi? How are you? My name is.
Let's not forget that we should make a sketch of any interesting places or people that we see. We can pick the best sketch for our newspaper story back at the print shop.
Do I have to draw? What's the layout area?
This is the layout area, where you can make your front page look just the way you want before you print it out. But first, you need to investigate the latest story. Go to the bulletin board.
Okay, I get it.
This is the bulletin. The name of
The
your assignment is above the frame that will hold the newspaper front page. Select the frame, and I'll fill you in on the details of the Boston Tea Party.
Wasn't the tea overthrown because of tariffs? This is unfortunately very timely.
I just received word that a shipment of tea was destroyed in Boston. Folks are calling it the Boston Tea Party. Who knows what this may mean for the cause of liberty?
Oh boy, this is big. I bet the Sons of Liberty are behind this.
What a disgraceful waste of tea. No matter who's responsible, the British Parliament won't stand for it.
We need to find out all the details. Sarah, James, it's up to you.
Sarah
You need
James.
to determine the who, what, when, and where behind the tea that was destroyed.
That's my
And I
mom
want
and
thorough
dad's
reporting.
name.
Be sure to
What
get at
the
least 2
hell?
quotes about why people think it happened. And if at all possible, try to make one of them
Wait, I
Samuel
don't like
Adams.
this anymore.
My instinct tells me he was
How do they
involved
know my
somehow.
mom and dad's name?
Samuel Adams? That would be a scoop.
The questions you need to ask are in your notebook. Remember, excellence in reporting means a better story, which will equal more newspapers sold. Let the voice of liberty ring free and clear. Good luck, and Godspeed.
Thank you. Also, there's no captions that I could find. I'm really sorry.
Massachusetts Bay Colony. Finally. First, a long ride on horseback, then a 2-week voyage up the coast.
There's a cat over there.
I don't think you have any cause to complain. If you want to be a reporter, you have to go where there's something to report.
Sarah said get over it.
Let's see if someone around here knows what happened to all that tea.
Sarah said get over it. There are no captions, so I'm really, really sorry. For what it's worth, because this game is so old, I can barely understand what they're saying. Sarah, my beloved, she's iconic. She said, you want to be a reporter? Toughen up, grow a pair. Let's go talk to the horses.
So, isn't Boston about the same size as London?
Good gracious, no. London is the largest city in the British Empire.
Did her eyes change when she said that? I swear when she leaned back, her eyes were brown and then her eye color's changing. I didn't see it that time. I feel like it's changing. F. Smith.
A milliner's shop. Milliners sew hats and other accessories.
I
Milliner?
wonder if her business will be affected if trouble comes to the colony.
How do you spell that? Do I have to write that down? Milliner?
Madam, would you mind answering a few questions? We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette.
My, you're a long way from home then. I'd be happy to help. I'm just closing up my shop, you know, but I'm having trouble finding my best pair of scissors. I've been all over town today and could have left them anywhere. The church, that ship at the harbor.
Sure, we can keep our eyes open for them.
Church, ship at harbor. Eleanor wishes they were Liberty's kids. Ayla, thank you for the $10. This is my third year donating a little, but a little is better than nothing. As always is in my birthday, and I hope the kids would be fine and happy. Is it your birthday? Happy birthday! Thank you for donating on your birthday. That's so sweet. Okay, so she needs to find her special scissors. So she said church or ship at the harbor. So let's go.
Hey, that's the Wheatley house across the street.
I do believe you are right.
And that's all I have to say on that.
All right, the kitchen. I smell freshly baked bread.
You're just like Henri.
Her eyes are brown.
There's more to life than
Her
food.
eyes are brown. Witch! She needs to be burned. She needs to be burned at the stake. I told y'all her eye color is changing. I told you.
Excuse me, ma'am. Do you have a minute to answer a few questions?
Normally, I wouldn't mind. But right now I'm a little distracted. I'm all out of paper, so I can't finish this poem I'm working on.
Poem? Wait a minute. Are you Phyllis Wheatley? The famous poet who wrote those inspiring calls for freedom and liberty, even though in slavery yourself?
I am Phyllis Wheatley, and my situation is
What's her
very
name?
different from most slaves. The Wheatley family treat me as
Phyllis
a member
Wheatley?
of the family, and I am thankful to God for giving me the chance to express myself in poetry. I'm very sorry, but I really must look for some more paper before I can talk to you further.
Phyllis Wheatley. Okay. Paper. Find paper for Phyllis. Oh,
This old barn may be sheltering a bunch of British soldiers soon.
what's
The
that?
citizens of Boston are being forced to house them, thanks to the Quartering Act.
I would think that it would be an honor to help His Majesty's troops.
Sarah's going through something. Every time James speaks, Sarah's like, shut the hell up. Every time James speaks, she's like, who? Who asked? What is this?
A bayonet. His Majesty's soldiers are very well trained in fighting with the
A
bayonet.
bayonet.
They fit on the end of their muskets. The colonial militia
Oh.
do not have nearly enough of these important weapons.
Are they meant to stab you? Sarah said, shut your mouth when you're talking to me. Chat, we're almost at $13,000. We're getting close. Okay, I need to find the church. If I were a church, where would I
This part
be?
of the harbor is known as Griffin's Wharf. We should be able to find out something around here.
This hat keeps falling.
Isn't that ship back there the Dartmouth? That was one of the ships sent by the British East India Company to carry tea to Boston.
Dartmouth ship carrying tea to Boston. I don't know what I need to write down exactly, so I'm just kind of writing everything down. It's a melee weapon for your range. Oh, so you stab them when they get too close. Oh, who is that diva? Which one? They kind of all look like divas.
Henri, Moses asked us to find out about the Boston Tea Party. Do you know anything about it?
May we? Of course. What do you want to know?
A French person? Bah oui, if you want to know what happens to the tea, let me know. Ubisoft employee? Why is a Ubisoft employee the first person I'm interviewing? Okay. Who do you think destroyed the tea? What actually happened to the tea? When was the tea? Where was the tea destroyed? Why? Let's do when.
When was the tea destroyed?
It happened a few weeks ago, I think.
Ask?
It happened a few weeks ago, I think.
Is that all he has to say? Okay. I'm assuming I don't have to write these down because I already saved them. Where?
Where was the tea destroyed?
In Boston. What a silly question.
French people are trying me at all times. French people try not to piss me off challenge level impossible.
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
Somebody ate tea. Who can blame them? I do too. Yuck.
What happened to the tea? He's gonna be like, it was thrown overboard. Are you not listening?
What actually happened to the tea?
Maybe somebody drank it.
As a Bostonian, I'm offended that you didn't know that, Jay. Wait, didn't know what? That it was the tea? Dumbass. I don't know why I'm saving any of these answers. He's not helping.
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
I'm not sure. Sorry.
I don't like that. Where do I get to press X to doubt? Okay. Well, thanks for nothing. Is this the ship?
Dartmouth. Governor Hutchinson insisted that its cargo of tea from the British East India Company was to be unloaded.
But some people
Luciano's
weren't too
message?
happy with that idea because the colonies had no say about the import tax added to the price of tea. We need to find out what happened to that
Wait,
tea.
where? I can't find Luciano. Oh, sorry I'm late, but we have a message from a certain president in Discord. No, you don't. Are you kidding? Is there no pausing? Okay, I don't think there's no way. Okay, hold on. Wait. This is gonna be kind of a bitch to set up because my monitor's in 480 right now. It's in 600 by 800. Oh my God. What the hell is this? Okay, hold on. It's downloading. Yeah, we need some Fanta dogs right now. Fanta dog George Washington. Did you make this in the last 2 hours? Oh my God.
Okay, so nobody asked for this. Not a soul. Can someone explain why the wig smells like instant noodles? Did Avery wear this already? I didn't choose this. I didn't ask for this. And I'm 99% sure George didn't either.
Is Fanta Dog having a crisis? Is Fanta Dog like, I'm sick of this life. I didn't ask to be famous. I'm sick of this. I just want to live a normal life, Father.
Good night, citizens. It is I, Fanta Dog, first of her name, defender of the couch, breaker of bowls, and tonight, presidential historian. Because apparently, Avery is doing a George Washington cosplay livestream. Yep, this is what it's come to. But hey, guess what? Center Stage raised $50,000 for St. Jude.
Yay!
So now I'm here, leading the revolution, in a wig that smells like noodles. What a time to be alive. I don't know what a Delaware is, but if putting on this outfit gets us one more donation,
What's a Delaware?
I'll cross whatever river you want.
Wait, what'd you say?
I'll cross whatever river you want.
I missed it, sorry.
What a time to be alive. I don't know what a Delaware is, but if putting on this outfit gets us one more donation, I'll cross whatever river you want. Or as George Washington would say, give me liberty, or actually just give to St. Jude. Is this historically accurate?
Yes.
No. Is
He
it
said that.
adorable? Also, no. But we're doing it for a good cause, so I'm rolling with it. All I ask is that you donate, because clearly, we've gone too far to turn back now. So here's your mission, soldier. Scan the QR code on screen or type !donate in the chat. This message is Fanta Dog approved trademark. And may I say,
Trademark?
Avery, I'd follow you into any revolution as long as there are snacks.
Yay!
We'll see you all next Saturday for the finale, directly from St. Jude.
It's Friday, but that's close enough. This is close enough.
This is Fanta Dog signing off. for liberty, for justice, for the kids.
Yay! It's okay, she's a dog. She doesn't have to know what day it is. She's a dog. She doesn't have to know. I'm so shocked how much effort you put into these videos, Luciano. I'm just like amazed because the thought of editing a bunch of videos makes me be like, oh, I don't wanna. And you're just like, yeah, I'll edit this video. Also, I love the way that the text-to-speech says Fanta dog because she says it like Fianta dog. Fianta dog. Thank you, Luciano. That was so sweet. Did you know, I didn't get to tell you, the Fanta dog birthday present incentive raised $88. Almost $100 for Fanta dog's birthday. Isn't that so cool? Okay, so we're looking here for the special scissors.
So, all the tea was on this ship?
Sorry.
Actually, this was one of 3 ships with tea, and all of them had their tea destroyed.
Okay, 3 of them had the ships. And the Dartmouth was only 1. Okay.
The cabin door is locked.
I was waiting for Sarah to be like, well, then unlock it. She's so feisty. Why is she so mad?
Here, what you two want? State your business.
We're reporters, doing a story on the Boston Tea Party.
And loyal British subjects, I might add. At least one of us is. We thought we might find out a few details on the ship, if we may have your permission to look around.
You'd find me in a better mood if I could get me a new bayonet. I lost me old bayonet
Rachel!
somewhere in the kerfuffle surrounding that blind tea party. If me sergeant finds out, I'll come a cropper.
What do you think he'd think if I just pulled a bayonet out of my pocket? It was just like, you mean like this? Rachel! Thank you for the $100. The dog told me to donate. I listened to the dog and I thought the wagon was cool. I don't know, for the kids. Thank you so much. Can we get some Fanta dogs in chat, please? Thank you so much. That's so sweet, Rachel. What the hell? You're so kind. Thank you. Thank you. So oh, this is like Nancy Drew where I take it and I give it to him?
We found a bayonet, sir. Will this do?
Oh, so you did. I'm much obliged, miss. You saved me bacon. If you want to look around,
Me bacon.
I'll unlock the cabin for you. You can ask me some questions too, if you like. I know a thing or two, I do.
I know a thing or two, I do. Just because I eat beans on toast for breakfast don't mean I can't do this accent. Who destroyed the tea?
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
Well, if you ask me, it was probably a bunch of no-good rascals looking for trouble.
It's not helpful at all. I know a thing or two. Beans on toast is fucking brilliant. I was kind of hoping British people wouldn't show up tonight because it's so late for y'all. Michael, thank you for the $10 new toy in honor of Fanta Dog. Oh, that's so sweet. Michael, thank you. Yeah, you could buy, I mean, I know it's not a dog toy, but you could buy a new toy for the hospitals with $10. And for almost at $13,000. We're $195 away. This hat is so itchy. What happened to the tea?
What actually happened to the tea?
Oh, I know all about that. One of me pals was on sentry duty that night.
Okay.
A mob dumped all the tea overboard. Oh, I know all about that. One of me pals was on sentry duty that night.
Thank you, Michael.
A mob dumped all the tea overboard.
Okay, when?
When was the tea destroyed?
Now, it was the night of the 14th. The 17th, I think. It definitely wasn't the 15th. I was on duty that night.
14th or 17th, not 15th. Okay. Where?
Where was the tea destroyed?
All the crates of tea were broken open and dumped into Boston Harbor.
Boston Harbor.
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
Why? I know exactly why.
Okay, we'll say it then.
These colonists have lost all respect for the mother country. It's we soldiers who have to defend them, and they're not willing to pay their taxes. It's sheer selfishness, if you ask me.
Wasn't it like tariffs or something? What was the reason? I don't remember. I haven't thought about the Boston Tea Party since like elementary school. So I don't remember. It was taxes. Oh, taxes. Well, how were the import tariffs on tea? Kind of. It was taxes on tea. Tea tax. Tariffs are so 2025. It was Texas. It was Texas. On tea, it's just a bunch of leaves. It's just a bunch of leaves. Taxes on imports.
If we need some help, we can always call on Ben's expertise.
Sarah, I'm talking.
Moses told us all.
Isn't a tax on imports a tariff? Sorry if I'm dumb. I'm for sure asking dumb questions, but I'm being very vulnerable here in the way that I don't know. No, it's different. Wait, I can't read that B. It's spoilers for the Boston Tea Party. I have to find out the hard way. Wait, no spoilers on the Boston Tea Party. Me and my outfit. No, literally, look. This is me right now. Guys, don't spoil the Boston Tea Party for me. I'm trying to figure it out by myself. Guys, don't. I'm trying to figure it out by myself. I threw up. Okay. We can go to the cabin now. He unlocked
Captain's cabin. He should have just sailed back to England with the tea.
The tea.
From what I
And scissors!
understand, the captain didn't have a choice. The governor wouldn't allow him to leave, but certain agitated citizens wouldn't let him unload the tea either.
Okay, so question. If her scissors are in the ship, does that mean she was part of the Boston Tea Party? Because it was locked before, so what are they doing in here? Hi, Kira. Sorry, I burped. Hi, Kira. Who up found in they father right now? Okay,
A
yoink.
pair of seamstress scissors. Many women learn embroidery and carry scissors with them.
Tea. Oh. Now we're part of the Boston Tea Party. I'll be taking this, thank you.
A canister of tea. Tea is a very popular drink in the colonies.
True patriots won't drink tea anymore, though, to protest the tea tax.
You know what? Good for them. Good for them. Lemonade's better. Have y'all had Mike's Hard Lemonade? That's better. I think they should just drink Mike's Hard Lemonade instead. Nom, thank you for the $5. Thank you for paying for a No Mo Chemo party. Did you find my father? He hasn't come back yet. No, unfortunately, yours is a little too hard to find. No, I haven't seen anyone make that joke. If someone did, I missed it, so I'm sorry if I did.
Fantastic. This must have been where they stored the tea.
Among other things, look at all this cargo.
Look at all these rats. Look at all these scampering, scurrying little rats.
A loaf of bread. Smells good.
I don't know if I'd want to eat this if it's in a room full of rats. Okay, let's get out of here. Who would want bread? That French kid? French people love pastries.
Hello again, James and Sarah. How can I help you?
You want some pastry? No.
If we need some help,
I think he's undercover. I don't think he's really French. Because any French person would have been like, ah oui, I love bread. So I think he's faking it. Okay, where did I go? Was it here?
I'd
Yes!
be happy to help. I'm just closing up my shop.
I know.
Thank you so much. Even though orders have been down lately, I still keep fairly busy. Now, how can I be of service to you?
Who destroyed the tea?
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
I don't feel like I can tell you. Frankly, I'm scared to.
We can protect you.
The people who did it have very strong feelings about the recent taxes and don't understand why anyone wouldn't share their views.
The people who did it have very strong feelings about the recent taxes and don't understand why anyone wouldn't share their views. Okay. That's like diplomatic enough. Bowie. Hi, Robin. We got the bread. Strawberry, thank you for the Prime sub, BB. Good to see you. Thank you so much. I missed someone else's earlier. Who was it? Oh, I can't find it. If anyone subbed, thank you. I do appreciate it. I'm sorry. I'm a little distracted right now. What if America has another Boston Tea Party? Do you mean for the tariffs? I mean, the thing is, we can't throw stuff overboard when the ships aren't coming in. Oh, Iron, thank you so much. Iron, do you want to copy paste your reset message again? It's really hard to keep up when I'm also keeping up with donations and stuff. I'm sorry. We can't really throw anything overboard if ships of stuff aren't coming in. You know what I mean? Like, ships are not coming in. So, it is kind of funny to imagine, though. I'm good, Robin. What happened to the tea?
What actually happened to the tea?
I don't know very much about it.
Why did I bother finding your scissors if you weren't going to tell me anything? 5090s in the harbor! NVIDIA RTX GeForce 5090s in the harbor. That's so funny. That's so funny. The NVIDIA graphics card party. Stop! That's really funny.
Some people
the Nintendo Switch 2s. The Nintendo Switch 2 party.
We need to listen.
Throwing Switch 2s overboard.
There may be some way we can help them so they can answer our questions.
Thank you, Katrina, for the $5. Hi, Mrs. Lincoln. I'm George. Thank you. Thank you very much for the $5 for St. Jude. We're getting very close for $13,000.
Well, I know that there were 3 ships carrying the tea, and all of it was dumped overboard.
Yeah, we know about that it was 3. We know that. When was the tea destroyed?
When was the tea destroyed?
I remember when it was.
By all means, go ahead.
It was just after I put the children to bed for the night.
On what night? These people are pissing me off. At night. Thanks for nothing.
Where was the tea destroyed?
I don't know where. Sorry.
I don't know why I'm saving that, but okay. Oh.
Well, this...
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
To protest the tea tax. The taxes aren't really that high, you know. I suppose they think it's unfair to be taxed without having a voice in Parliament. I just hope no more violence comes to Boston. The tea was destroyed to make a stand for liberty from unjust laws, like taxes without a voice in government. But since my husband died, I've had myself and the babies to care for. Liberty is all well and good, but if all this trouble affects my business and I lose the store, what will I do?
Why didn't it save her answers? Henry, a young French lad, was unsure who was... Oh, it saves them in here!
All right. I don't feel very...
It looks like we have quite a few Who quotes. Let's see what else we need.
Well,
yeah, I know. I'm working on it. You guys need to relax.
A
Thread?
spool of thread.
I need paper.
This part of town looks promising. Rumor has it that Samuel Adams is staying around here somewhere. A coil of rope.
Who's this?
Use the arrow cursor to travel around. Click on people you'd like to interview. Use the hand cursor
Is that Ben Franklin?
to pick up objects and place them in your
Samuel
toolbar.
Adams.
The sketch pad in the toolbar allows you to put a sketch of a scene in your notebook.
How do I? Oh, a sketch of a scene.
This is the...
Oh, so I don't have to do anything. Yay!
Go away. I'm busy.
Okay. Right. Let's go this way. She's the one I need paper for. I don't have paper. Let's go this way.
I just can't understand why the people of Boston can't be grateful. After all, Parliament did drop all the Townsend taxes, except for a small tax on imported tea.
It's the principle of the thing. We've got no say in the British government at all. So why should we pay any taxes to them?
Sarah lives to be like, just get over it. Just get the hell over it.
I'm not too sure about this. I've never been in a tavern before in my life.
As a journalist, we've got to go where the stories are.
Paper!
I've heard rumors that Samuel Adams met with some of his fellow patriots in this place.
Bruh. This guy, the definition of stunting on these hoes. Stunting on these hoes. Look at those fucking shoes.
We can only carry 4 items at a time.
This paper.
Oh, so I dropped the rope somewhere. Okay, that's fine. That's fine.
Sir, we're trying to find out some information about the Boston Tea Party.
And find Samuel Adams, if he's still in Boston.
Well, I'm John Adams, and...
John Adams? The famous lawyer who defended the British soldiers after the Boston Massacre? I guess we won't be getting a patriot perspective from you.
Well, you never know. Remember, as journalists, it's important to learn all sides to the story. Sam is cautious about who he meets with these days. He's continuing to work for the cause in a house near here and not accepting visitors.
Oh, probably
Tell
the
you
one we
what,
just knocked
if
on.
you'll do me a favor, I'll pass along your request to interview him. I lost the quill pen I use for writing letters to my wife Abigail.
I'm so sick of y'all. Say no more. I'm leaving. Nobody here knows where no one here has any care for their belongings. Nobody here is like, everyone is just prancing around with their belongings that they apparently care so much about, and then just drop it and then ask other people to go find it.
Church.
Oh, what a beautiful building.
Oh, wait, we don't need the church.
And these stairs must lead up to the tower.
This is amazing.
What is that?
A message on a scroll. Someone may be needing this.
How many people have I not met yet? I have so much stuff. Okay, we went in here. Oh, we have paper. We can go to the lady that needed paper. There we go. Phyllis?
I'm very sorry, but I really...
Here's your paper. By the way, would you happen to have a spare quill pen we could have?
Certainly. I just put one on the table. Please take it with my sincere gratitude.
Body so tea, they threw me in the harbor. Anyways, that's good. That's really good, Junie.
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
You know, I never did find out who did it.
Do you guys know anything? Do y'all know anything?
What actually happened to the tea?
Rumor has it that it was dumped somewhere.
These people are playing me like a fiddle. They're like, can you go find me $100 and then I'll answer your questions. And then I find them $100 and then I ask them the questions and they go, I don't know.
When was the tea destroyed?
Now let me see. I think I remember. I had an errand to the milliner's shop earlier that day.
An errand to the milliner's. Oh, that's the milliner. We were just talking about that. Milliner.
It was December 16th, sometime in the early evening. I was studying Latin vocabulary when I heard mention of a commotion in town.
Okay. 16th. Studying Latin. 16th at night/evening. Okay.
Where was the tea destroyed?
I heard it was somewhere in Boston, but not this end of town.
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
Some people have lost all patience with Parliament, since they seem bent on taking away our God-given liberty by taxing us without our consent.
I love this diva. Thank you. Oh!
A quill pen. Most quill pens are made from goose feathers.
I needed that. I wasn't listening when they were talking. That's my bad. I need this. Okay. So Sam Adams is... Oh, which way is he? I forgot. Is he down this way?
It looks rather like we're leaving the city behind.
This stretch of land is called Boston Neck. It joins Boston to the mainland.
Who the hell is this? Hi, Dan! Dan! Are you up found in your father's? Thank you so much for the raid. And Genova, hi! We're playing Liberty's Kids. It's a PC game I used to play as a kid from the Learning Company. And we're reporters, and we're asking people in Boston what happened at the Boston Tea Party. So don't spoil anything. Don't spoil it, okay? I'm trying to figure out the answers by myself. But thank you so much.
Some help.
We're also
We can
fundraising
always
for
call
St.
on
Jude
Ben's
if you'd like to
expertise.
donate. Love
Moses
St. Jude. We're
told
almost
us
at
all about
$13,000,
Ben's
so I'm very happy.
principles of
Sarah,
journalism.
shut the hell up, please.
Pardon me, sir. My name's Sarah Phillips, and this is my, assistant, James Hiller.
Assistant? I'm the journalist. You've only just arrived from London.
She's such a diva.
London? I'd warrant that you may agree with me then, miss. I'd be happy to give you my opinion about these dreadful goings-on. Such a disgraceful waste of tea.
My sentiments exactly.
Would you happen to have any tea?
Yes.
I'm desperate for a cup.
I stole it.
Well, we found some tea for you. Though I feel like a traitor giving it to you. True patriots have nothing to do with tea from Britain.
Go ahead with your questions. It's about time someone asked for my
I question how much they'll say about it and how much they're going to skip over. Oh, yeah. For sure, one of these lessons has to be on, like, Christopher Columbus. 100%. And they'll be like, yeah, he discovered everything. No doubt.
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
Some ruffians from around here, but they were disguised.
Ruffians. We got to bring that word back. Ruffians. They were
It was
disguised.
Samuel Adams and the Sons of Liberty. I call them the Sons of Violence. They'll stop at nothing. People have been tarred and feathered for opposing them.
I need to meet Sam Adams. I need to meet this guy.
What actually happened to the tea?
It's too hard for me even to talk about.
Too bad.
All that tea, gone.
Okay. He's grieving, obviously.
When was the tea destroyed?
A day that I'll never forget. It was around the middle of December, right after I got back from my supper in the evening.
Where was the tea destroyed?
I'm actually not sure exactly where the tea was destroyed.
That's cool. Nobody knows where. Nobody's helping me at all. So that's cool. This guy's growing a whole fur tuft out of his shirt. Oh my God, he is. I'm trying to do the same. How's mine looking? Does mine look good too? Dude, the green screen, the NVIDIA broadcast green screen cannot find me. She's trying so hard.
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
Hi, Targzip.
Those villains destroyed the tea because they are naughty, rebellious children, wanting their own way instead of trusting Parliament to look after them. Don't they know that colonies are supposed to serve the mother country instead of caring only about their own selfish concerns?
So, this era also had boomers? Boomers are kind of like forever, aren't they? They're like every generation has boomers, don't they? Targzip, thank you so much. We're playing Liberty's Kids, so we're going through history as like what are we called? Oh, journalists. Mine still, thank you for the $50. Thank you for paying for art supplies for the hospital. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you for getting us closer to 13,000. If
we
you
need
want to
some
make...
help, we can always call on
Sarah!
Moses told us all about Ben's...
I'm just going to talk over her. If you also want your dollar to make a difference, you could donate $10 to get a new toy for the hospital. You could donate $25, which pays for a full day of meals for a St. Jude patient. $50 buys art supplies, just like Might Still did. $100 pays for a red wagon, which is what they use as like wheelchairs, so that parents can take their kids to their different appointments. But it's not as like scary as getting in a wheelchair, and there's a ton of space in it, so that they can bring their toys, their book, iPad, whatever. Love red wagons. Or if
Let's not forget that we should make a sketch of any interesting places or people that we see. We can pick the best sketch for our newspaper story back at the print shop.
If you're feeling generous, $1,000 helps cover the cost of airfare for 3 St. Jude patients and 3 parents. 6 people. $1,000, 6 people. That's crazy. You cover the whole travel to get there to get their treatment. That's amazing. So thank you so much. Also, if you are feeling generous, you can also start a matching challenge. If you are at any point planning on donating over $250, you can start a match challenge so that other people have to donate
Some people might be
for
too
yours
busy
to get
talk to us right away.
If that's the case, we need to listen
for you to
There may be
donate.
Those
Okay.
rebels think that acts like these will force Parliament to agree to their demands. They don't understand that there are costs that come along with the benefits of being part of the British Empire.
Okay, well, I'm kind of sick of talking to you, so let's. I need to go to the pub. There we go.
Sam is cautious about who he meets with.
Yeah.
Thank you. Abigail likes to be kept up to date with recent events. I'll be sure and let Sam know that you want to talk to him. So,
He'll let me in?
How can I help you two?
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
I know exactly who, but I don't know if I should say.
My brother.
The group who did it has been known for its dedication to the rights of Americans.
Okay.
What actually happened to the tea?
Well, I didn't see what happened, but I don't believe it will be
Oh,
usable
yes!
anymore.
So, Rachel, on the confirmation screen, I mean, obviously you can check with them outside of Tiltify, but on the confirmation screen on Tiltify, after you donate, where it says like, thanks for donating, there's a link that leads you to see if your employer matches, which is pretty cool.
When was the tea destroyed?
It was sometime last month, if my memory serves me correctly.
Is it January?
Where was the tea destroyed?
I read a report describing the whole thing. The tea crates were dumped into Boston Harbor alongside Griffin's Wharf.
Griffin's Wharf. Okay. Ah, no.
Greetings.
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
I'm beginning to see the reasons behind these actions. The destruction of the tea is so bold, so daring, so firm. It must have important consequences. Those involved must want Parliament to stop its unfair taxation.
Ye old L.A. Noire. I was saying that earlier. I was like, L.A. Noire wishes they were Liberty's kids. You just can't doubt what they're saying. That's the only bummer. If you create an account with Tiltify, you can look back at previous donations include... Oh! For employer matches? Oh my god, I thought it was like once you finished it, then you're done. Yay! Yeah. If you've already made a donation, you can go see if they'll match it. And Casey Potatoes, thank you for the $10 for the kids. Thank you for getting a new toy for the hospital play area. Excuse me. Thank you. Was it down here? No. Was it here? Here? Yes.
Some civilized lodgings at last.
I must admit that fire does.
Is that
feel
an
good.
urn?
The winter Massachusetts Bay Colony can freeze the bones.
Are there ashes in here?
A wig powderer. Many men and women wear wigs, and if your wig's looking a little dull,
You can puff some white powder on it to brighten it up.
Dry shampoo. Dry shampoo. They had dry shampoo.
I can't believe it. Samuel Adams. My name's James Hiller. I'm a reporter for the Pennsylvania Gazette.
Apprentice reporter. Excuse me, sir, but my name's Sarah Phillips, and we would like to ask you some questions if you don't mind.
Well, well. Reporters from the Gazette, eh? I trust that you are for the cause of liberty. Before I speak with you, I need you to find something for me. There's a scroll with the names of all the Sons of Liberty, including some very important and influential people in Boston.
I have that.
It's misplaced somewhere around the Old North Church.
I have that.
Ah, the missing scroll. Some important people here in Boston will be very relieved to know this hasn't fallen into the wrong hands. We need for the truth of British oppression to be heard throughout the colonies. What would you like to know?
Everything. Tell me everything. Thank you, Water Captain. Thank you so much.
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
Someone who doesn't want to be pushed around by the British government anymore, that's for certain.
Whoever said to log in your gots and my work match is up to 1K! Let's freaking go! Let's go! Yeah, I had no idea. That's Michael L8. Thank you, Michael. Thank you for saying that. I had no idea you could log back in afterwards either. Yay!
It was the Sons of Liberty, a group of men strongly opposed to British rule. They, were disguised as Mohawk Indians.
Oh, well, that's not cool. Why'd you gotta throw the Native Americans under the bus? Well, that's not cool.
What actually happened to the tea?
It didn't end up in any loyalist cup, that's for sure. The crates of tea were broken open, and all the tea was thrown overboard and given a good soaking in the harbor.
Yeah, this game's a product of its time, by the way. This game came out, when did it come out? 2002. So, yeah, this is...
Let's not forget...
a product of its time.
When was the tea destroyed?
It was destroyed at a very significant time. It was the evening of December 16th, 1773, just a few hours before the midnight deadline requiring the tea to be unloaded or confiscated in order to pay the taxes due.
Hours before midnight. Just a few hours before the midnight deadline requiring the tea to be unloaded or confiscated in order to pay the tax. Oh.
Where was the tea destroyed?
Let's just say that Boston Harbor witnessed quite a tea party. Though most people prefer hot water with their tea.
He said the name of the thing. Oh, is that what you were wondering if they'd be honest about?
Why do you think the tea was destroyed?
Why? You picked the right person to ask why. To make a point, Parliament has no right trying to take away our rights to govern ourselves. We will not submit to British tyranny.
I mean, he had me up until he said that they all dressed up like Native Americans, which kind of frames them. So that, I mean, it's not really like the protest is king shit, but like the way they protested is like not king shit. You know what I mean? That's crazy. Just go as yourself. I'm looking at Sam Adams and I'm like, you're like a white guy. Like if there's anyone that people in this time are going to listen to, it's a white guy. Go as yourself. I go to protests all the time. And I'm just me. I don't even wear a mask. I just show up. Like, come on. Put your big boy pants on. That's crazy. What is this way?
It's getting pretty late. Do you think we'll find anything out here?
Let's look around a bit more. We need to find out more about this Boston Tea Party.
I know, but I don't know who else to
Well,
find.
this looks like the end of the path.
Map?
A map of Boston. In Massachusetts, Boston has around 15,000 inhabitants and is a very important colonial city.
Boston only has 15,000 people? Good night, Luciano. That's what I thought it said, Boston. Thank you again for the Fanta Dog video. That was very kind. Thank you for putting so much work into that. Thank you. Yeah, dressing up as Native Americans, I can't get over that. That's wild. Why would you do that? That's fucking crazy. Okay. Is there anyone left that I haven't spoken? I have so much stuff in my pocket, though. Can I sketch this room? Because it's Sam Adams. I feel like he'll be an important part.
Well, this is a nice surprise seeing you two again. Now, how can I be of service to you?
Where else can I go? I already talked to him. I went this way.
Hello again, James and Sarah. How can I help you?
Who do you think destroyed the tea?
I'm not...
Oh my god. I don't think I can go anywhere else. I wonder if they plant those items as like to like throw you off? Because I don't know if I have any reference.
This is a reference guide of people, places, and dates of the American Revolution.
George Washington, that's
You
me.
can
Oh,
look at
Phyllis
famous
Wheatley!
people and places, or a timeline showing many of the period's significant events. Use the index page to choose a topic.
Phyllis Wheatley arrived in Boston on a slave ship named the Phyllis in 1761. John Wheatley, a wealthy Boston tailor, purchased her as a servant for his wife. Phyllis proved to be very intelligent, was taught to read and write by the Wheatleys. That's interesting to me. That's interesting to me because I read a book in February about like anecdotes that like a lot of former slaves shared. It was from the WPA archives where people went and interviewed living people that used to be slaves but were alive when they freed themselves. And one of the shared anecdotes was that if you tried to learn how to read, you were like punished for it because they knew that like the smarter you got, the more ideas you'd get about like deserving freedom or something. So like that kind of surprises me that her, like as a slave, the people that bought her taught her to read. Because what I learned in that book is that if a slave knew how to read, it's because they taught themselves. Like people would like, they would sneak, if they were like a house slave, they would sneak peeks at like the newspaper and like pretend that they couldn't read so that they wouldn't get in trouble, but they would like learn how to read from that. And that's how they got like, I don't know. The people who owned her were apparently slightly less off people, but the bar is still pretty low. Yeah, I know. That's why it's just interesting to me to read. By the age of 13, she was writing poems. Most of her poems dealt with religious issues, but some of her poems addressed themes of liberty. She was the first black woman and the first slave to have her work published in America. Granted her freedom in 1773, she lived the rest of her short life in poverty. Fuck. That's so sad. Thomas Paine is the most like villain name I've ever heard. Might be a white savior thing. People who wrote this may have been painting slave owners in a positive light. Yes. So the book that I read was a rewrite of the WPA archives because the WPA archives were written in like the 1930s or something. And all of the people who conducted the interviews were white. So a lot of the answers that were given were like whitewashed. So they redid the interviews with interviewers who were black and got like more honest but like brutal answers about what went down when they were slaves. So I completely agree. I think it's a little whitewashed. I don't think I have anyone else to talk to. I think I've been down every road.
This is the notebook where you...
It looks like we have quite a few Who quotes. Let's see what else we need.
All right. It looks like we have some what quotes now.
I must say, we're doing fairly well in gathering when quotes. Well, I feel pretty good about the number of where quotes.
Fantastic. It looks like we've got...
Maybe we are done. Maybe we're
Welcome
done.
back. Did you learn anything about the Boston Tea Party?
We sure did. And you were right. There were lots of different opinions out there about what happened.
And lots of interesting people to talk to. I was surprised how strong some feelings are against the British Parliament.
Oh,
and the King,
interesting.
Even though we are all British subjects.
Well, as reporters,
It must
your
just
next
be
task is
different
to decide which quotes you
depending
want to put
on
in your story. We want our readers to get
situation.
the clearest and most accurate information about the Tea Party. Head over to the editing desk on the back wall, and I'll tell you what to do next.
Okay, so the Boston Tea Party happened last Thursday. Trisha Paytas led the party.
This is the editing desk. Select a part of your story and then choose a quote for that section. You'll notice that some
you
people
choose
gave
quotes.
You facts, while others didn't really know what went on. Try to pick the best quotes from your notebook.
Okay. Who, Henry, a young French lad, was unsure. That's the one. Trisha Paytas led the revolution. Pick all the quotes that don't know shit. Wait, what if I pick the quotes that don't know shit and then I ask for feedback? Henry doesn't know. British Century doesn't know. Henry doesn't know. Henry said they hate tea. Okay. These are almost all Henry's answers of just being like, I don't know. Hi, Chris. Let's see what, because there's a feedback button up here, but y'all can't see it because it's covered by the amount of money we've raised for St. Jude. I want to hear what he has to say.
Feedback appears below each of your quotes.
There's not much information here about who was involved. This needs more information. We need more specific facts on when the event happened. I don't think they like it. I don't think they like what I wrote. Okay. Who? When asked who was responsible, a loyalist offered it was Samuel Adams and the Sons of Liberty. I call them the Sons of Violence. According to John Adams, the group who did it has been known for its dedication to the rights of Americans. According to Sam Adams, it was the Sons of Liberty, a group of men strongly opposed to British rule. They were disguised as Mohawk Native Americans. This seems like the most accurate thing to write. What? Milliner knew that there were 3 ships carrying the tea, but did not know what became of it. Heard a rumor that the tea was dumped somewhere. Could only express regret at the loss of the tea. John Adams did not see the actual event, but his understanding is that the tea is no longer usable. When asked about the tea that was destroyed, Sam Adams replied, the crates of tea were broken open and all the tea was thrown overboard and given a good soaking in the harbor. Ship it. We're good to go. Not ship it. Not that programming language. Okay, well, it seems like Sam Adams is like the most in-depth responses because he was responsible for it. I can't stop laughing at soak it. No, because of what soaking means for Mormons. Shh. They don't know that we know. Shh. Sam Adams guy sure knows a lot about what happened. Hell yeah. This is just me implicating Sam Adams. I'm just putting all of Sam Adams' answers and just implicating him in this whole thing. Hi, Bailey. I have a question. I'm scared. What's your question? Whenever someone asks me if they can ask me a question, the follow-up question is always like, can you show me your feet right now? Or it'll be something unhinged like, what's your address? What's your phone number? Can I call you on the phone? Every single time someone... outfit. Can I bring ring to your house? Every time. Every time someone says, can I ask you a question? It's like, can I have your social security number right now? That's very sweet. The money that you would have spent on a ring and a flight and a hotel and like Ubers and stuff, can you donate all that money to St. Jude instead? Can I have the street you grew up on and your mother's maiden name also? Okay. Miss Phyllis Wheatley, the tea was destroyed on December 16th, early evening. Sam Adams stated that the tea was destroyed on the evening of December 16th, 1773, just a few hours before midnight. Is this all just going to be his answers? Because his were the most specific because he's like in charge of it. I kind of don't like that they will all end up being his answers because I think it'd be cool to put like different quotes in here. Where? Relying on printed reports, John Adams believes the tea was dumped into Boston Harbor alongside Griffin's Wharf. Okay, well, the John Adams one is most specific. It's more specific than Sam Adams. Why? A British sentry stated that the tea was destroyed because these colonists have lost all respect for their mother country. Okay. Milliner stated that the tea was destroyed to make a stand for liberty from unjust laws like taxes without a voice in government. While she believes in the cause, she was also concerned about the rebellion's effects on business. That feels kind of like a good quote to put in. Because she's like on both sides, where she's like, yeah, I get it, but also like my business, and I have kids, and I'm a widow. Because I don't only want to put Sam Adams stuff in here. As to the motivations of the perpetrators... why? Oh, two whys? This is interesting because we could put two different opinions in here. According to Miss Wheatley, the tea was destroyed because some people have lost all patience with Parliament since they seem bent on taking away our God-given liberty by taxing us without our consent. Ooh, that's right. She did. She kind of ate there. Okay, I don't know if I want to put the Milliners in here now. A loyalist said that the rebels involved don't understand that there are costs that come along with the benefits of being part of the British Empire. John Adams expressed admiration, saying the destruction of the tea is so bold, so daring, so firm, it must have important consequences. Those involved must want Parliament to stop its unfair taxation. I kind of just want to put my own opinions in here. Do I have to put... No, because they said to put multiple sides of the story. That was something he said was to put in like different viewpoints in here. But I like these better. Let's do feedback, see what it says. Excellent reporting. Outstanding. This includes good detail on when things happen. Splendid work. This detailed account of where amazing happenings occurred will really boost our subscriptions. Yes, this is precisely the type of information we need about why these events happen. This helps to form a better understanding of the motives behind why this took place. Well done. Ship it. Ship it. Do it, girl. Who cares? You know what? You're right. I'm not like rewriting history or anything.
Good work. If you think you have finished editing your story, go to the layout area in front of the printing press to design the front page of your newspaper. This is the layout area, where you can make your newspaper front page look just the way you want before you print it out. Choose a sketch for your front page and type in a headline. Publish the paper once you are finished.
What was the name of the wharf? Griffin's Wharf? Oh. The game said stop right there. Stop. The game said, I'm going to stop you right there. They're not giving me enough characters. This is the best I can get. This is the best I can get, okay? I want the photo. Why is he not in the photo? I think we need a better photo. Can I go back?
You need to select a sketch for your front page and type in a headline.
I know,
Go back
but
to the layout area when you're ready to finish your newspaper.
Can I go back? Is it too late to go back? It might be too late to go back. Okay, darn.
This is the layout area where you can make your newspaper front page look just the way you
Print
want
or
before you print it
publish?
out. Choose a sketch for your front page and type in a headline. Publish the paper once you are finished.
What's the difference between print and publish? This is literal printing. Hold on. I can print this. Hold on. Wait. They literally mean printing. Wait. Hold on. I'm turning my printer on. You can literally print. So there's a publish button up here that you can't see because of the gold bar. So I was like, what happens with print? And nothing happened. And I'm like, that's cause it's literal printing. I'm waiting for my printer to turn on and connect to the Wi-Fi. You gotta frame it. We literally are shipping it. The Pennsylvania Gazette. Breaking news, this puss tossed in Boston. Are you done yet? I want to print my work. I worked so hard on this. Extra. This puss tossed in Boston. This puss tossed in Boston is such a that's like you know those things that people say before they're about to do speaking where they're like, how now, brown cow? That's like one of those. This is an accurate representation of my state, Pennsylvania. The Pennsylvania Gazette. This puss tossed in Boston. Crates of tea were dumped into the Boston Harbor to protest the British tax on tea. It's already printing. Stop! Oh my god, it printed. It's so small. It's so small. Wait. This puss tossed in Boston. Stop. Extra. Read all about it. Why did it print in exactly 2 pixels? I don't know. I wasn't given the option to make it bigger. That's so funny. Wait, it's just small enough I could put it in my bullet journal. Yay! Okay, we're good. Send it. Are you sure you're done editing? I've never been more sure of anything in my entire life.
We need to get the truth out about the Boston Tea Party. It's
I
important
agree.
that all the colonies know what's happening. We should be as one, united in a common cause. Your story is key in making that happen. Let's get it published.
This guy's so big and strong.
You can check out the chalkboard to see how many newspapers your story has sold. We should send a copy to Ben in London on the next ship. It'll take a couple of months to reach him. But he'll want to see
Benjamin
how you two
Lincoln?
are doing and hear about the news.
Godfrey!
Well. Not bad at all, James and Sarah. It looks like Moses is teaching you well. Boston Tea Party, eh? I'm not sure that was the wisest thing for the Sons of Liberty to do, but what's done is done.
Thank you,
From
Godfrey.
what I've heard, the British are sending more soldiers to Boston. They believe the colonies are in open rebellion. Representatives from the colonies have met together to decide what to do. With the colonists stockpiling weapons and gunpowder, I fear that trouble of a very significant nature is brewing.
Well, James and Sarah, it's been over a year since the Boston Tea Party. It's a good thing Ben is on his way back from London. The
That
mood
was
in the
fast.
colonies is getting ugly. I want you to be ready to go at a moment's notice.
We just
Certainly,
flashed forward
Moses, you
11
can
months.
Count on us.
As reporters, you'll have to ask the right
600?
questions and get the facts and opinions that make the most accurate and interesting story. As a matter of fact, an exciting assignment
Okay.
has just come in.
So
You'll
my
find it
guess,
over on the bulletin board.
my guess is that for every quote you get right, you get 100 subscriptions because there were 6. So I think I have 600 subscribers. Thank you, Godfeed, for the $25 this dono tossed in St. Jude. I need you to know, Godfeed, were you here
There's
earlier?
a new assignment on the bulletin board. You can investigate that story.
Were you here
If there's no
earlier
new
when we were
assignment,
celebrating
finish
Antoine's
working on
birthday?
your current story. You can also select a finished front page to see it or print it out.
Because I don't know how to tell you this. You're losing worst mod. Who is Antoine? Understood. Have a great day. Antoine's beating you in worst mod right now. That's why I was like, I'm surprised you didn't just donate, vote for yourself. But thank you for the $25. Thank you. You paid for a whole day of meals for a patient. If it was a whole day of meals for me, it'd just be like heaping plate after heaping plate of spaghetti. I think. Who is Antoine? In math, my answer. In astrology, my world. I've never heard that before.
I'm hearing reports of a clash between colonial militia and British redcoats at the towns of Lexington and Concord near Boston. If it's true, this could mean war. I need you to get the facts.
I was praying it wouldn't come to this. Surely these differences are not worth bloodshed.
I bet it was the Redcoats who started it.
And I'm just as sure you're wrong. The people of Massachusetts are bent on governing themselves, no matter what the cost.
Well,
Governing
James and Sarah, Your job
themselves.
as apprentice reporters is to set aside your differences and find out what truly happened. We need all the details. You need to determine the who, what, when, and where behind these battles.
Literally anything
Don't
for
forget
you,
what Ben
Moses.
taught us.
Anything for you
I
and your
want thorough
cheekbones.
reporting here.
He kind of looks
Be
like
sure to get at least
handsome
2 quotes
Squidward,
about
doesn't he?
Why people think it happened. And if at all possible, try to make one of them Paul Revere. I've heard that he was instrumental in alerting the colonists.
We will do our very best, Moses. Won't we, James?
Okay.
Don't worry about me.
The questions you need to ask
Why are
in your
you
notebook.
yelling?
Remember, we need a complete and accurate account of the battles. Oh, and at least try to
Fuck
get along.
you, Sarah.
Good luck and Godspeed.
Look at us riding our little
The Buckman
horsies.
Tavern. This 65-year-old hostelry is a popular stopover for folks journeying from Boston.
I'm ready to rest myself. It's about 12 miles out to here from the city.
Okay.
This tavern can be a busy place, but it's pretty quiet right now.
Keep the sword. Yes.
A sword. Usually, only officers carry swords. Be careful. That thing's sharp.
I had a crush on Sarah when I was a kid. I don't blame you. She looks like a princess. She's so pretty. She's just a fucking raging bitch. Oh my
Excuse me,
god.
ma'am. We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette. Would you mind answering a few questions?
She's just
About
a
the fighting here in
huge
Lexington,
bitch.
I suppose. I can give you a few minutes. My youngest is taking a nap, and the other children are clearing away breakfast.
Mine is her
Do you have a
personality.
husband involved in the fighting?
Yes. My Robert has been listening to those Sons of Liberty. My father's very angry with him. He
We're so
doesn't see
back.
the need for violence.
Sons of Liberty?
Even if some disagree with the way the king has been handling these troubles. I pray that my husband will make wise decisions. But there now. I'm going on and on. What did you want to ask me?
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
My husband and the rest of the Lexington Company were involved in the first fight with the British on Lexington Green. I'm not sure about the rest of the conflict.
Okay. First fight with the British on Lexington Green.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
There were clouds of smoke from the muskets and all kinds of shouting and fighting. My children were so scared. Many men were killed on both sides.
When did the battles take place?
Oh, yes. I had just finished cleaning up breakfast when the church bell tolled the alarm. It was sometime early on April 19th. My husband left when he heard the company's drummer sounding the call to arms.
Okay. Morning, April 19th. Pound the alarm. She's like, I'm a huge Nicki Minaj fan. My husband says she's serving with them.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
It started here in Lexington, Massachusetts, right out on the green. The British troops marched on to the town of Concord, where the main fighting started. After clashes in both Lexington and Concord, the Minutemen shot at the British from behind walls and trees, all the way back along the roads to Boston.
Wait, can I save every single answer she gives me?
It started here in Lexington, Massachusetts, right out on the green.
Or can I only save one?
The British troops marched on to the town of Concord, where the main fighting started. After clashes in both Lexington and Concord, the Minutemen shot at the British from behind walls and trees, all the way back along the roads to Boston.
Because this is pretty helpful. Like, everything she's saying is pretty helpful.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
My husband says that we need to stand with the people of Boston.
Okay. Oh my god, they copied all this lore from Fallout 4. See, this is what I'm talking about when I say devs are so lazy.
Drying beef is one way of keeping it from going bad.
It may not always be very palatable, though.
It's beef jerky! Everybody loves beef jerky. Everybody loves beef jerky. I bet you the dog wants the beef jerky. Oh, but I can't talk to the dog.
This is the road to Lexington.
Okay, hold
The
on.
town looks fairly small.
About 750 people. Small indeed, compared to Boston.
Didn't even try to hide it. The British are
This
coming.
looks like the road out to the Adams farm in Braintree.
Being
Adams?
a reporter is certainly wearying to the feet.
Everywhere I go, the Adams are behind something.
This must be Lexington Green.
Don't mind if I do.
A set of keys.
Okay, so this is where the fighting happened. Can I go?
Reverend Clark's house.
I've heard he sometimes entertains some important visitors.
You're not going to elaborate. Okay.
This lovely
Chat, we're $100
reminds
away from
me of my
13,000.
home in England.
A tome.
A Bible. Many groups have been inspired by the words in its pages.
Girl, anyway. Sorry.
Don't forget, we need to get the opinions of everyone involved. There are
Why?
many different perspectives on this conflict.
We don't need the opinions of
Yes,
everyone.
including yours and mine.
So, Henri, it looks like we will find you wherever there's a chance for some food.
What's wrong with that?
Can you forget about your stomach long enough to help us out with some questions?
Beat him
cannot
up.
think right now. I am still hungry. A little dried beef would be magnifique with this
Yeah.
bread.
Say no more.
My stomach thanks you. What questions do you want to ask me?
The irony is that I did that work for him, and all of his answers are going to be like, I don't know. Mais non, I don't know what happened. I did not care to watch, so no, mais non, I don't know.
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
It was the Patriots and the Lobsterbacks.
Lobsterbacks.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
I heard that the Redcoats just attacked innocent people.
The who now? Merde, I learned that from Expedition 33. Dude, learning swear words is my favorite thing. I learned how to say move, I have to take a shit, and I say it all the time. Bouge, je vais faire caca.
When did the battles take place?
It happened a few weeks ago, I think.
Isn't this exactly what he said for... Oh, fuck, this guy knows... Why do I even bother with this kid?
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
In Lexington and Concord. I think that may be two different towns.
I don't even know why I save his answers.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
The British are trying to take away the rights of the colonists. The colonists want to stand up for their freedom.
Bye, Henry.
General Thomas Gage, the British governor of Massachusetts, has been sending out his soldiers to stir up trouble.
I think you better check your facts, James. Gage may be the commander of all British forces in America, but he's a wonderful leader and wants to avoid bloodshed at all costs.
This is like trying to play a co-op game with someone who doesn't share your political views. Like, imagine trying to be a team with someone who voted for Trump. That's what this is like.
Sir, you look like a member of the local militia. Were you involved in the recent fighting?
I sure was, young man. I'm one of the fortunate few who have a uniform. Most of the company just wear normal workday clothes.
Are you one of the so-called Minutemen?
That's right. Ready to leave home at a minute's notice. We've been training together for about 6 months now.
Playing Until Dawn with a
more than match
fascist.
for the British.
I'm proud of you, man. It must have been quite a fight. We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette. Can we ask you a few questions?
You know, I'd love to help, but Captain Parker told us that we all need to parade this afternoon in full kit. We're all supposed to have a musket, canteen, and jackknife. I have to stay here and guard the green, but I'm missing a knife and I don't have time to look for one.
Oh, a
I
knife.
think I lost mine in a field.
Okay, say less. Lost it in a field. Well, there's so many. I guess we can go back to the other road. Was it this way?
Okay, so where are we now?
I thought you knew where we were going.
Should be my 13th reason. Yeah, all 13 colonies. Okay, I don't need a book. I went that way, so we
The
can go this way.
Adams Farm. John Adams is a successful lawyer and also one of the men involved in the Continental Congress. This parlor is where the Adams family entertains
Canteen.
guests. Though I've heard that John Adams is often away on business.
Did we just break into this man's house?
What a beautiful room.
Do you have a knife? I need a fucking weapon.
Excuse me, ma'am. We're sorry to disturb you, but...
Are you Mrs. Adams? John Adams' wife?
That is correct. But you can call me Abigail.
She's a babe.
And who might you two eager youngsters be?
My name's Sarah Phillips, ma'am. I've recently
How did
come
he
from
pull
England
her?
to stay in Philadelphia while awaiting word from my father. He's out on the Ohio frontier.
And I'm James Hiller, famous reporter for the Pennsylvania Gazette.
Famous reporter?
Soon to be famous anyway. Once I get this story
She is
written.
kind of serving.
Once we get this story written...
Why is she mogging?
Well, I suppose you have some questions to ask me then. But first I have a favor to ask of you. You don't happen to have a book of Phyllis Wheatley's poems, do you? I'm eager
Aw.
to find a copy. I fell in love with books.
It's probably
even
the one we
before
saw
I
in the
fell
field.
in love with John. And I've heard that Miss Wheatley's writings are beautiful and inspirational.
We don't have a copy.
Okay, we'll go. I'm sure that's what we found in the field.
A book of Phyllis Wheatley.
Stop talking. The only time it's okay to silence a woman is when it's Sarah. Stop talking, Sarah. Sarah, I know who you
Well, I
voted for.
suppose-
Oops, I alt-tabbed. Sorry.
You have
Sorry. Oh, I can't hear.
I suppose you have some questions to
Okay.
ask me then.
We managed to find a copy of the book.
Oh, wonderful. I cannot
Abro
wait
to the
read
past
this.
heard that and is
But
crying.
first, I
No,
promised you I
not
would
Sa-
answer
not
some
Sarah.
questions.
Sarah.
How can I help you?
Just this girl, Sarah.
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
It was ordinary farmers and townsfolk fighting for their freedom against the best of the British Army. It was the Minutemen from Lexington, Concord, and the surrounding towns fighting against British soldiers sent from Boston by Governor Thomas Gage.
Okay, this seems more detailed.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
I didn't actually hear all the details. I would not want to mislead you in any way.
Okay, I'm not gonna bother saving that. It's useless.
When did the battles take place?
Let's see now. I'll try to remember. It was mid-April, I believe, but I'm not sure of the exact date. It did begin quite early in the morning.
Okay, well that doesn't help me either.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
Around the towns and countryside on the west side of Boston.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
Governor Gage had been ordered to seize the stores of ammunition that the Patriots had gathered. Parliament doesn't understand that America is a very different place than Britain. We have a sense of freedom here that we are not willing to give up. Some are even willing to die for it.
Okay, I'm gonna see if it saved both of those.
This
Notes.
is the notebook where you store the quotes that you save. Use the tabs at the side of the notebook to look at the answers
Oh yeah,
to
it
your
does save
different
both.
questions, or to view your
Nice.
sketches.
Okay, cool. What should I sketch? Didn't we come across Lexington? Oh God, where was it? This is it, right? I think I should sketch this. Okay. I couldn't find a knife.
That soldier looks like he doesn't want us to cross the green.
Oh, okay,
Maybe-
my bad. He just said he needed a knife. Sketch the cow. Well, I don't get to choose what gets sketched because when you sketch stuff, the people disappear. No knife? I need a knife. There's a knife right there. I don't know how to say this. Playing this game, my PC fan is going crazy. And it's a little embarrassing to admit that because this game is from 2002. And so I don't know why. I don't know why my computer
The
is
road to
struggling with
Concord.
this.
It's about 6 miles from Lexington to Concord. I think most of the people in the colonies are up in arms.
A knife!
A jackknife. Concord Green. So peaceful now. It's hard to imagine it filled with soldiers.
Who is this diva?
We need some questions answered about the fighting here in Concord.
Please excuse my rather forward colleague, madam. Would you mind helping us out? We would like your name.
I need her.
My name is Mrs.
Oh,
Radcliffe.
gee.
I'm here from New York to visit some friends.
That could
However,
be it.
it seems my visit was ill-timed.
Oh, yes, the fighting. It must have been awfully frightening.
I wrote a letter to an acquaintance in Boston requesting a coach to take me back to the relative safety of the city. Unfortunately, I've misplaced it somewhere around Concord.
We'd be happy to help you look for it.
Wait, what did
Wouldn't
she say
we,
she-
James?
But what about our deadline?
James, it's a pity that in all your luggage you forgot to pack some manners.
Okay, we'll keep our eyes open.
What did she say she was looking for again?
I wrote a letter to an acquaintance in Boston requesting a coach to take me back to the relative safety of the city. Unfortunately,
Blah,
I've
blah, blah,
misplaced it
commonplace, proper noun. Backstory sort of
We need
stuff.
to hurry
Is
so
this
we-
it?
A letter.
A letter!
I wrote a letter to an acquaintance.
We found your letter.
Thank you very much. I would be happy to help you with your newspaper article.
Okay.
Please feel
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
some dear friends who I will never see again.
Damn, that quote kind of goes hard. I want to save that.
About 1,800 British soldiers, under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Smith and Lord Percy, clashed with a large number of rebel militia.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
The details I've received have been very sketchy.
Okay.
When did the battles take place?
It was April 19th. The fighting went on all day.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
There was fighting at both towns, and all the way back along the road to Boston.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
The Americans resented taking orders from across the sea. After Parliament shut Boston Harbor, The colonists prepared for an armed rebellion.
She kind of knows a lot, doesn't she?
Samuel Adams, Paul Revere, and the other so-called Sons of Liberty have been stirring up the people. British soldiers have been sent to stop the rebellion from spreading, but the colonists refuse to obey the laws and choose to fight instead.
Oh! Wait, what the hell? The match went through? That was fast! Damn! Oh my god! Because I looked over and I was like, wait, I don't have a new donation. Oh! Rachel, thank you! Oh my god! That is like the best example of checking if your employer matches donations.
Some people might be too busy
Shut
to
the
talk to
fuck
us right away.
If that's the case, we need to listen carefully. There may be some way we can help them so they can answer our questions.
Thank you so much. Because of your matches, we got over 13,000. Thank you so much. Oh, Rach. Not sure if or when it'll show up on Tiltify, but MG Phrase also getting their $600 match too. Let's freaking go. I need to relax. Because it doesn't show up as a new donation for me, so I can't see the record of it. So I didn't know. So I won't know when it goes through.
We need to find out the
Thank
who,
you so
what,
much. The other so-called Sons of Liberty have been stirring up the people. British soldiers have been sent to stop the rebellion from spreading, but the colonists refuse to obey the laws. Good for them. I don't know. I've realized that I'm like almost always on the side of like rebels. Whenever I hear stories, I'm like almost always on the side of a rebel.
You know, I'd love to help.
Here's your stupid knife.
We found a jackknife.
Thank you. I appreciate your help.
No, it's
You're
just
free
because
to
I
go
got too
across the
loud
green
and
if you'd
I'm
like.
coughing.
Now, how can I
Rachel,
help
thank you
with your
so
story?
much. If anyone missed it, if you've already donated and you want to check if your employer matches donations, you can do it in your Tiltify account. Like you can go back to your transaction and like submit it for a thingy. Thank you, Rachel. That's so sweet. Dude, your $400 is $800 now. That's crazy.
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
There were lots of men involved in the fighting.
Please, go on.
Captain Parker led our company here in Lexington. There were many other militia, and almost 2,000 British troops involved by the end of the day.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
The British marched on Concord. They split up to seize the hidden stores of ammunition. As our militia advanced to stop them, the British opened fire. It soon became a full-fledged battle. After early morning fighting in Lexington and Concord, the British marched back to Boston. We shot at them from behind walls and trees along the way.
Oh,
If more
that's
British
cool,
soldiers
Disney
hadn't
Gator.
come to help
Nice
them,
to meet you.
We might have killed them all.
Shot at them from behind walls and trees along the way. If more British soldiers hadn't come to help them, we might have killed them all.
When did the battles take place?
It was early morning, April 19th, when the fighting broke out. It continued all day.
I love his voice because he's like a soldier in like 1770 whatever, and he's like, it was early morning, April 19th, when the fighting broke out. It continued all day. I don't know how to explain it. He's got like fuckboy voice. I'll take it. It says on my dash it's still pending, but maybe they're faster than I think. Oh, that's so cool. Thank you, BB.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
In the Massachusetts towns of Lexington, Concord, Menotomy, and the roads in between.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
The British Parliament has been taking away our liberties one by one. They were taking us lightly, and they underestimated our ability to defend ourselves when they sent their troops after our patriot leaders. We are ready and willing to fight for our freedom.
Period. Reminds me of that one person with a top 15. Oh, is that Chills? Number 15. Burger foot lettuce or whatever. What is it? Oh no! 2 people donated $33 at the same time. Burger King foot lettuce. Thank you, Hairdryer, for the $33, and Michael also for the $33, both donating for the Just Dance score. Thank you.
If we need some help,
That's very kind. Thank you. I know, Sarah. Thank you. It counts. It counts. It means my score is so good that it went above 13,333, and that means something.
This old barn looks like a good place to find something interesting.
Who
If
the
you
hell?
find rats and fleas interest.
Finally! You're Paul Revere, aren't you? One of the famous Sons of Liberty.
I don't deny it, young man.
Aren't you one of the gentlemen who rode through the night to warn the colonists that the British regulars were coming to capture the stores of ammunition?
He's the British are coming guy.
I also rode to warn Samuel Adams and John Hancock that they were in danger of being arrested.
Would you mind answering some questions about the clash between
He's
the
the
Americans and the
guy.
British?
I'd be happy to.
And he's
Once
on
I
his
take care of a
horse.
piece of business. Sexton
He's on his
Robert
horse.
Newman has an important message for me from John Hancock that I'm supposed to carry back to Boston.
A message.
I need to give it to the other Sons of Liberty working there. Newman seems to have been delayed. Can you find him and bring the message to me?
Okay. I don't. Wait, where would he be?
I'd be happy to. I'd be happy to. Once I take care of a piece of business. Sexton Robert Newman has an important message for me from John Hancock that I'm supposed to carry.
He must be along a road then. His name was Sexton? That's what I'd be doing on a Friday night. Am I right, fellas? Am I right, fellas? He must be in the other town that I've barely been through. This one?
I heard that there was quite a fight at the North Bridge. 400 militia advanced against 120 redcoats.
The colonists seem to have already made up their minds that they will not be reconciled with Britain.
Hey, yo. Or something. I don't know.
I somehow feel that many more people will die before this conflict is ended.
I kind of feel like we shouldn't bother this guy. Let's bother him.
Good morning there. My name's Sexton Newman from North Church, Boston. How may I be of service to you?
Good morning, sir. We're reporters from the Pennsylvania Gazette. My name's Sarah Phillips, and this is James Hiller. Are you the Sexton Newman who lit the lanterns in the church tower to show which way the British soldiers were traveling?
That was me. 1 if by land, 2 if by sea. And it was 2 lanterns I hung, of course.
This cemetery seems a lonely place to be on a spring morning, Mr. Newman.
I was praying for the families of those who died in the recent fighting. In fact, I would love to have my Bible here with me. I left it in the Clark House in Lexington.
Do I still have the Bible?
We can.
Yes.
Thank you so much. Now, if you happen to see Mr. Paul Revere on your travels, could you please give him the message I set over by the headstone?
Yes. Okay, let's ask him some questions. I'm sure he's got some dirt, you know? That's how war works, Sarah. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Sarah. I do not care for Sarah.
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
I'm not sure I know exactly who was involved in the fighting.
Okay, I'm not going to save that.
What actually happened at Lexington and Concord?
Patriot spies discovered that the British wanted to seize Samuel Adams and John Hancock, as well as munitions. Colonial militia confronted the British soldiers, and someone opened fire. It soon became a significant battle.
When did the battles take place?
The fighting broke out on a morning in mid-April and lasted all day.
Not saving that.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
He
It
forgot.
might not be exactly where you think. There was some fighting in Lexington and more at Concord, but much took place in the fields and other towns on the way back to Boston.
I think I got a more detailed answer than this from someone else, but I'm going to save it just in case.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
Many church leaders have argued
The
that men have a
suffragettes did not
God-given
do
right
it
to
for
freedom.
Sarah.
The rebel militia put their lives on the line to protect what they believe is right.
The suffragettes fought for the rights for every woman except this girl. Hi, Shella. How are you? Let me finish this interview. Hold on. Many church leaders have argued that men have a God-given right to freedom. Rebel militia put their lives around the line to protect. Okay. Thanks. Hi. Thank you for the raid. We're playing Liberty's Kids. Have y'all ever played this game? Oops. Hold on. Have y'all ever played this game? I found it at a thrift store, so we're playing it. And I got like a ye old cosplay or something, whatever. Y'all want to see the whole fit? Y'all, do you guys want to see the whole fit?
We need to find out the who, what, when, where, and why.
James, shut
behind
up!
the battles at Lexington and Concord.
I also...
And that means finding people who will tell us what
So-
they know.
In this game, you have to interview all these people, get all the facts, and then write a news article. And I accidentally printed the one that I wrote, and you can choose the photo, and you can choose the name of the headline. So I accidentally printed it. I didn't know you could do that. But mine is this puss tossed in Boston. Because we did it on the Boston Tea Party. I'm having so much fun. I love St. Jude time. I love St. Jude time. It's so much fun. I hope you had a good stream. If you, Sarah, shut up.
Ben's principles of journalism.
Sarah, shut up. If you need to go relax and chill and like be off your computer, feel free to raid and run. But thank you so much. It's very kind. Thank you for the raid. I appreciate it. We're also fundraising for St. Jude. I promised my chat that if my team center stage hit 50,000 today, that I would do this stream in my stupid little George Washington getup. So that's why we're doing this. If at any point you looked at my stream and you said why to yourself, that's why. Okay, so... Oh, Paul Revere wanted this. Where did I find Paul Revere? Oh, he was past the soldier. Okay, so he wants the letter.
I'm very grateful. I have a little time to talk before I have to leave. What questions did you have?
Who was involved in the battles at Lexington and Concord?
From what I hear, a lot of people were involved. Some British regulars marched out of Boston. These soldiers clashed with armed colonists from the local villages and farms.
Okay, that's not very detailed. Hi, piano player. I'm good. How are you? No, actually, this is a Quaker Oats cosplay. I do love oatmeal. I do love oatmeal.
What actually happened
Sure
at Lexington
do.
and Concord?
The British had been ordered to seize the colonists' stashes of weapons and gunpowder. The colonists tried to stop them, and fighting broke out. Over 100 people were killed.
When did the battles take place?
It was an April morning, just this year. It started the morning of April 19th, right after my midnight ride through the countryside, warning the towns that the regulars were coming.
He's the guy. He's the guy that was like, the British are coming, you guys. He said it just like that. He said, you guys need to lock in. The British are coming. Like now.
Where exactly did the fighting take place?
It wasn't that far
He
from
said,
the city of
finish your
Boston.
gua sha quickly because the
first
British are
clash was on
coming.
Lexington Green, just outside of the town. The next battle took place in the town of Concord, and then fighting continued all day back to the outskirts of the
Finish
city.
learning your TikTok dance choreo and stop using your gua sha. The British are like coming, like right now. Who is like the Paul Revere of like this year? Not gonna lie, I'm obsessed with this as someone who is literally a historian in Massachusetts. No way! That's so cool. I'm interested to hear how accurate you think it is because this game is from 2002. So, I don't know how accurate some of these details will be.
Why do you think the fighting took place?
It was bound to happen eventually. The British government's policies toward America have become increasingly firm. They see us as rebellious children who need disciplining.
Yeah, well, at least we don't eat beans on toast. Sorry.
Parliament and King George want to force
Oh,
us
I could have
into
saved that.
submission. Their decision to send more British troops to Boston was very foolish.
I'm gonna ask him again
It
so I
was
can save
bound to
this.
happen eventually. The British government's policies toward America have become
The game's from
increasingly
2002, but the stories
They
from
see us as
1700s
rebellious
surely
children
couldn't have changed
who
that
need
much.
discipline.
A lot of history that we're taught in like American classrooms is often like pretty whitewashed. Like take Christopher Columbus. Like when I was in elementary school, we were taught that like he is the one that discovered America, even though when he got there, the Native Americans like taught him how to like hunt and stuff, and then he killed them all for it. So it's very like, I think in 2002, history was more whitewashed and like watered down than it is now. So even though the
Let's
history
not
is the
forget
same,
that
it's
we
like the
should
way
make a
it's
sketch
told,
of
you know what I
any
mean?
interesting places or people that we see.
Stop talking.
Parliament and King George want to force us into submission. Their decision to send more British troops to Boston was very foolish.
I feel like he's the last person to talk to, because he's kind of like the guy to talk to, right? And I don't think we can go anywhere else.
A set.
I feel like that's kind of all we got. Did I miss anything in this town? No, I think we got everything. I think we can go back. You know what? I think this might be a better sketch for the front page. Okay. Okay, I think we're done.
Welcome back. I'm anxious to hear the news from Lexington and Concord.
100 people died, Moses.
Those British didn't know what hit them.
Can't liberty come without bloodshed? This struggle is no longer simply a contest of ideas. It promises to be a contest of arms. It promises to be everything I had prayed we would avoid.
I fear you are correct, Sarah. We need to inform the colonies about the battles of Lexington and Concord. You need to decide which quotes you want to put in your
Hi,
story.
Cersei's, how you
Head
doing?
over
Thank
to
you for
the
lurking
editing desk
earlier.
on the back wall. It's vital that our readers understand the significance of this event. The chalkboard is where I keep track of how many newspapers we've sold. The better the story, the better the sale. Try to pick the best quotes from your notebook pages. Select a part of your story and then choose a quote to go there. Remember, you can get feedback about the quotes you choose before you print your article.
Okay. Who? When asked who was involved, a local woman said, "My husband and the rest of the Lexington company were involved in the first fight." No, she doesn't know enough. When asked who was involved in the fighting, Abigail Adams stated it was the Minutemen from Lexington, Concord, and the surrounding towns fighting against British soldiers. Wasn't someone more... Actually, this is pretty specific. When asked who had been involved in the fighting, Mrs. Radcliffe stated about 1,800 British soldiers under the command of Lieutenant Colonel Smith and Lord Percy clashed with a large number of rebel militia. Captain Parker led our company here in Lexington. There were many other militia. I think this one's more specific. What? Local resident replied, "The British marched on Concord. They split up to seize the hidden stores of ammunition. As our militia advanced to stop them, the British opened fire. It soon became a full-fledged battle." That seems pretty specific, too. If more British soldiers hadn't come to help them, we would have killed them all. According to Sexton Newman, Patriot spies learned the British wanted to seize Samuel Adams and John Hancock as well as munitions. Colonial militia confronted the British soldiers and fighting began. These all feel like important details. Thank you, Stackataka. Thank you so much. These all feel important. Ooh, Paul Revere. The British had been ordered to seize colonist stashes of weapons and gunpowder. The colonists tried to stop them and fighting broke out. Over 100 people were killed. Let's keep Paul Revere's because he was like, you know, on his little horse and stuff. I'm still not over Sexton. I don't care if you guys like Sexton or not. Just don't do it in my stream, okay? Just don't do it in my chat, okay? Oh, I have a specific answer for this. Mrs. Radcliffe stated that the fighting took place all day on April 19, 1775. Lexington militia, the fighting began in the early morning of April 19, 1775 and continued all day. It started the morning of April 19th, right after my midnight ride through the countryside warning the towns that the regulars were coming. Can we sexting each other? No. Y'all need to get it together. We're fundraising for St. Jude, okay? Where? Locals' wife informed us after clashes in both Lexington and Concord, the Minutemen shot at the British from behind walls and trees all the way back along the roads to Boston. This feels more specific. In the Massachusetts towns of Lexington, Concord, Menotomy, and the roads in between. Oh, this is hard. There was some fighting in Lexington and more at Concord, but much took place in the fields and towns on the way back to Boston. Mr. Revere stated it wasn't that far from the city of Boston. The first clash was on Lexington Green, just outside of the town. The next battle took place in the town of Concord, and then the fighting continued all day back to the outskirts. Okay, I'll keep that one. Why? Governor Gage had been ordered to seize the stores of ammunition that the Patriots had gathered. Parliament doesn't understand that America is a very different place than Britain. We have a sense of freedom here that we are not willing to give up. Some are even willing to die for it. Okay, let's keep that one. When asked why the fighting took place, Mrs. Radcliffe said the Americans resented taking orders from across the sea. After Parliament shut Boston Harbor, the colonists prepared for an armed rebellion. Believes that the fighting took place because the colonists refused to obey the laws and British soldiers were sent to stop the rebellion from spreading. In response to why the fighting took place, Paul Revere said it was bound to happen eventually. The British government policies toward America have become increasingly firm. They see us as rebellious children who need disciplining. I kind of like these. I kind of like all the ones we chose. Let's get feedback.
Feedback appears below each of your quotes.
Splendid work. You've provided our readers with some details to explain why this event occurred. This is precise. Oh, but this, okay, hold on. Detailed account will really boost our subscriptions. Okay, so all 5 of these have like really good, like, oh my God, good work kind of responses. This one just says, you've provided our readers with some details to explain why this event occurred. But there's no like good work. So I don't think this is right. I don't think this is right. Let me find another one. Paul Revere believes that the fighting took place because Parliament and King George want to force us into submission. Their decision to send more British troops to Boston was very foolish. Yes! Excellent work! A detailed report on why this happened will really boost our... Let's freaking go! Let's freaking go!
Good work. If you think you have finished editing your story, go to the layout area in front of the printing press to design the front page.
Can I print this one out too?
This is the layout area, where you can make your newspaper front page look just the way you want before you print it out. Choose a sketch for your front page and type in a headline. Publish the paper once you are finished.
Oh, God damn it. But the breaking is important. People need to know that this is a developing story. I want to say Puss murdered during Sexton, but I think it's too long. I mean... Wait, how long is killed? Puss killed during Sexton? Perfect. Perfect. Okay, print it. It's printing! It's printing! It's printing! It's printing! This cannot be what the suffragettes fought for. Do y'all think the suffragettes thought that one day women would use their rights to do stuff like this online? Do you think they knew? They'd be proud. I hope so. All the feminists that came before me were like, we have to do this so that some blue-haired dork idiot girl can sit on the internet and type things like push killed during Sexton. Back to this title. We had to workshop it a little bit, but we got there in the end. It was a collective effort for sure. It took a lot of people coming together for this. And I'm printing it as we speak. It's almost done. Also, it's using color, which I'm a little worried about. Color ink is expensive. This just in, puss killed during Sexton. I'm gonna put these in my bullet journal. I'm so excited. All right, let's ship it. I wanna see if we get another 600 subscribers on my YouTube channel, my Printing Press YouTube channel. All right, push it. Yes.
The battles at Lexington and Concord mark the beginning of the Revolutionary War. We want our readers to get all the details. We need to get it published.
He works so hard.
You can look at the chalkboard to see how many newspapers your
He
story has
works
sold.
so hard and
you can
so
also take a copy to
sexily.
Ben, now that he's arrived in Philadelphia. He loves to keep up on the news.
So, shots have been fired. 'Tis not good news, though well reported by
Hi,
young
Dark
James
Arcus.
and Sarah. I had hoped to avoid a war at all costs. But now that we have one, the colonies must stand
Benjamin
united.
Lincoln.
And other recent news has emphasized that fact. First, the Battle of Bunker Hill showed the British that the Americans are determined to fight. But the discouraging failures in Canada and now on Long Island, New York, show that we need Congress to support a strong continental army. Yet I fear that even with George Washington at its head, we will need help from elsewhere before this conflict is over. I could do no more good in Britain for the time being, but perhaps I can be of some help here in America in setting the direction of our future as a united people.
I didn't know he was so involved in
James,
politics.
Sarah, I feel that something big is going to happen with Ben Franklin, John Adams, and the other colonial statesmen meeting together here in Philadelphia. Be ready to go out on assignment. I'll let you know where to go next.
We'll be ready.
As reporters, you'll have to ask the right questions.
Oh, we
and
did.
get the
We got
facts
them
and
all
opinions that make the most
right.
accurate and interesting
Yay.
story. As a matter of fact, an exciting assignment has just come in.
Okay, so here's
You'll
the
find it over
thing.
on the bulletin board.
Here's the thing. I'm a little nervous because I want to play this again during St. Jude month, but I haven't seen any way to like save your game.
That kite is the one that Ben used to test his theory that lightning is a form of electricity.
So I'm kind of
He
scared
threw the
that when
kite
I
in a
quit
storm
and I
with a
come
key
back,
attached to the end of the string.
that I'm going to lose
And
everything.
key became electrically charged, confirming his theory.
We'll just have to do it. Because I think I'm going to end here. I want dinner. I'm hungry, and I have to set up for the, what's it called? We're doing our diamond painting stream tomorrow. I'm so excited. It's going to be so chill. I think I'm legit just going to show up in jammies and no makeup and just do diamond painting. So I'm very excited. I may, right now it's at noon. I may push it a little bit earlier. I might push it a little bit earlier because I have to go pick up my finale costume from Tiliosk. and she lives very far away from me. So it's a bit of a road trip for me. Yeah, so that was my $5,000 milestone, is that if we hit it, we would do a kid's art project, and then I would auction off the art when we finish it. So I have a Siha Ele diamond painting. We're not gonna finish it tomorrow, that's for sure. But I've never done one before, and I'm really excited to do one. And then whenever we do finish it throughout May, we'll auction it off. So yeah, I'm really excited. It'll be like, honestly, tomorrow will be a very nice, cozy day, I think. And I really need it because the finale, so the dance-a-thon starts on Monday and then the finale is on Friday, but I fly out on Wednesday. So I have a lot of work to get done before I leave. And I'm getting there slowly but surely. Yeah. It will be nice to have a chill stream before I go back to being like, oh. And I think I have a last minute sponsored stream on Monday too. So it's busy. So yeah, tomorrow will be a nice chill day before, everything goes crazy. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I'm going to upload this to the gaming channel. If you're watching on the gaming channel, hi. Please feel free to come by and donate if you would like to throw a couple bucks towards St. Jude if you like this stupid stream. I love doing stupid streams for you guys. So thank you so much for watching.